Good morning, Algebra 1 students. I want to work some problems with you that are going to help you on Delta Math, and I want to talk to you about some little things that you need to pay close attention to so that you can get your problems right. So I've got a problem here, and it says 7z minus 4 is less than or equal to 6z plus 18. And we're going to start solving this one by moving all of the variables to one side. Now, I'm going to start by moving this 6z. It's positive. I'm going to subtract it from each side. When I do that, I get 1z minus 4 is less than or equal to 18. And then I'm going to move that 4. Now, let me tell you why. I want this side to be for my letters, and I want this side to be for my numbers. So I need to get that 4 moved over here. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I get 1z is less than or equal to 22. Then I need to divide by 1. So z is less than or equal to 22. Now this one should be fairly easy for you to answer on the computer. They're going to have the z here, and they're going to have a drop-down box for your symbol and a drop-down box for your number. And since your variable is on the left and the computer is starting with the variable on the left, your answer is going to just match what you put in here. If you will choose these, you'll get credit for that question. I want to work this problem for you because it's going to work a little bit differently. I'm going to start with the same procedure. I'm going to add 3d to both sides because I want to get rid of that negative 3d. When I do that, this side only has a 17. This side has 10d plus 2. Now, I only have one variable, and it's here. So I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm going to try to move the 2 to the other side. So I'm going to use this side for numbers and this side for letters. So I'm going to subtract 2. So 10d, so I left over there, and this is 15. Now, I need to divide. I'm going to divide both sides by 10, not 10d, just 10. So d is here, and this is 15 over 10. You're going to need to put that in your calculator, and you're going to need to go math, enter to reduce that fraction to 3 over 2. Now, this is your answer. Perfectly fine. You could graph this, but your computer is going to put the D here and have a drop-down menu for your symbols. Well, they're doing it in a different order than what you have. So you got to pay attention to this. In your answer, this is the little bitty side of the inequality symbol, and it's pointing towards the D. And the big number side, or the big mouth side, is towards 3 over 2. So you got to keep that situation. If the pointy side is towards the D, you have to keep the pointy side towards the D. If the big side is by 3 over 2, you have to keep it that way. So be careful when you go from here to here. I would think that that would be a tricky thing for you to do. We haven't had to practice that yet until we got to Delta Math. So just be careful on that. Once again, pay attention to which side, little or big, of the inequality that the variable is on. If your answer looks like this, and the computer has the R over here, keep the R on the little bitty side. You must keep the little pointy end towards the R and the big mouth end towards the 8. Okay? Another thing I want you to be cautious about is if you're solving, I'm going to put this same problem up here again. There's one more thing I want to tell you. A lot of kids have, or 2 or 3, not a lot, but enough that I want to address it. They have gotten here, and then they try to move the 17, and that would leave this side completely empty. Don't do that. When you get this down and you have one variable, that's where you leave the variable, and you move the regular numbers to the other side. So just a word of caution. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and we cannot wait for y'all to be back in class next week.